Alright, everybody. It's me again, Topsy, and we are back with some more Silent Hill 2 Remake. Picking up right where we left off last time, which was here at the Heaven's Night bar, club, whatever you want to call it. Last time we played this, we made it through the rest of the apartments, made it through the other world apartments, met old Maria over here, and then we got here to the club, to the strip club. And tonight, we're going to do another standard 2 hours, see how far we can get. I am supremely confident that we will be getting 2, and for a large part, through the hospital. We're definitely going to get to the hospital. And by my estimate, probably spend most of our session there. But enough wasting time. Let's go ahead and move on. I'm ready to move on now, please.
Let's go.
Alright then. Come on.
Out of my way, please. So guys, I hope you're all having a good night tonight, or a good day, whichever it may be for you guys. It is very late for me on my side of things. It is currently 3:02 in the morning. It is a very late starting point for us, and that's because I was really going back and forth on whether or not I wanted to play this tonight. My initial plan when I got up today was that I was going to record tonight. But then, once I got home from work, I was held up a bit on making some food for myself. And because of that, I started kind of second guessing whether or not I'd go through with recording. Mostly because it was getting later and later. And yeah, it kind of resulted in me really dragging my heels and just not starting anything when I meant to. But I did eventually get over it and decide that, yeah, tonight we were going to record. I'm going to do my absolute best to go for...
James?
I see it. As I was saying, I'm going to do my absolute best to go for a normal session. Try and go for our standard 2 hours. No real guarantee if I can pull that off, because I am feeling a bit drowsy. I mean, it is late, and I did have work tonight. But, I'm going to do my best to push through it and get the session done, because I was debating with myself last night. I didn't record last night. But, I was debating with myself last night if I was going to try and establish a system where I record every other night. That way I have a day to work on editing and all that. Editing and rendering and all that fun stuff. Why am I hearing the radio spike? Oh, that's why. Yeah, you know, I do a session at one day, and then the next day I dedicate to editing and rendering at the videos for that session. And then the next day I record the other game, and we'll alternate back and forth on doing that. In my mind, that is the most productive system we can come up with. That way I'm also not burning myself out by recording every single night. I can't remember what game it was we did that with, but there was a game where I was like recording that like nonstop. I think it might have been excuse me, I think it might have been Rogue. We were doing that with Rogue, I think, and it was leading to some minor amount of burnout. You know, we did have a pretty long break in between the months of March and April.
A garden?
There's a bit more to it than that.
If you say so. I don't think I've been here before.
Come on. She's just around the corner.
She?
Remind me again why I'm hanging out with you? Pretty sure I was doing fine on my own without you.
Who is she?
There's a story told around these parts. Kind of a local legend. Tells of a woman who was cast out. Sentenced to die on an island out on the lake. There was a man in town who fell madly in love with her. And every night, he would sneak out, row across the lake, bringing her food and company. And every night, she would stand there on the shore, holding a lit candle to help him find his way. But this one night, a terrible storm broke out, caught him out in the open, and it blew out the candle. Even in darkness, the man would not give up. He would not turn back. So he fought against the raging waters until finally the lake took him. They say even then, the woman never lost hope. She kept coming out at night, kept lighting the candle to bring her beloved home, to lead him to shore. Not sure how much truth there is to it. It's probably just a fairy tale. But she's become something of a local saint. Patron of undying love. Hence this place.
She's not here.
What?
She's not here. And why would she be? I don't even remember this place. This was a mistake. I shouldn't have come here.
You mean here is in the garden or here is in Silent Hill? Don't touch me, please.
It's okay. There's plenty of other places to look. We can still...
Come on.
I was doing some reading earlier on Reddit, which is, the worst place to try and get some information, but I was doing some reading there to try and like get some information on whether or not this bitch right here is real or not. Because I want to say she's not, but but at the time I had some doubts because of the stupid Like a Wish or Born from a Wish DLC. Not DLC, expansion. Whatever you want to call it. I was a bit uncertain as to whether or not she's real or not.
Yeah.
I was pretty certain she wasn't, but there's some doubts.
Maybe you better wait here.
Either way,
Not much of a movie.
I'm
guy,
not
anyway.
pretty certain she's not real, but either way, anyways, I was reading some of the people on Reddit were talking about how like
James?
they say they
Be
think
careful in there.
Laura isn't real,
Yeah.
which we know for a fact she is because she came to town with Eddie, and we see her talking to Eddie too. So like Eddie talk like here's the thing. You know they're real when you see the other characters interact with them.
You should have seen your face.
I told you, it was this big rat. It jumped right at me from under the seat. You would have screamed too if you saw it. You gutless fatso.
Hey, what do you have to say that for?
He's speaking of the like, see like Eddie's talking to her.
Why are you sitting here?
Like so beyond the fact that he sees her, like he also met her outside of Silent Hill and brought her to town.
Besides, I blocked the door, so no one could get in. Not the cops, and not these other monsters.
You're weird.
Yeah, that's what everyone always says.
Well, I guess people call me weird too. And they yell at me. Especially when I do something bad. Did you do something bad? You know, so the cops are angry with you?
I don't know. Maybe.
So why don't you just say you're sorry? It always works for me.
They wouldn't listen. Nobody ever listens.
What are you guys watching? You're just watching a blank screen? Oh, I'm at Eddie. I'll be right there in a sec. I just want to look around real quick. Make sure there's no goodies hiding out around here. Like this. 2 whole bullets. The game wants to spoil me. But it's something that's always kind of bothered me with games like this, where like people want to believe they're smarter than the game, so they'll like create these series that straight up ignore the facts of the game. Like, oh, Laura can't be real because blah 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 blah. But like, she came to Silent Hill with Eddie, so she was real outside of Silent Hill.
Eddie?
Oh. You're,
James.
James. We met back at the apartment building.
yeah. I remember.
I see that you didn't make it out yet.
Yeah. I just didn't get around to it yet.
At least you got your appetite back.
Yo, don't do that. Gross.
Are you alone here, Eddie?
No.
Well,
That's probably just Laura messing around.
the little girl? Laura, is that her name?
That's what she said.
I'm gonna go look for her.
You know, a detail I really like that they add in this game is how
Now you want me to come with you?
you can see Eddie's breath. Because, you know, Eddie's version of Silent Hill is like frozen over. So for him, it would, you know, his breath would be steaming because it's cold. Well, I think it's a nice detail that we can see that see that visually in the cutscenes at least.
I don't know. All I know is her name. I swear. Didn't you want to go after her?
Shoot you right now. Spare me some trouble later on.
Laura?
Pretty sure they made Laura more of a pain in the ass in this game than she was in the original game. Like, yeah, she was kind of bratty in the OG game, but like in this one, she's kind of a bitch. It feels weird saying that about a child, but it's just kind of how it is. In most games, it's yellow tape or yellow paint. In this game, it's fucking white.
Hey!
Hi. God damn it, Laura. All this running and hopping around is bad for my joints. That's where I came from. Never mind. Hang on.
Laura, stop! It's dangerous!
Talk to you later, Eddie.
Maria? Did you see a little girl?
Yeah, I tried to stop her, but she went that way. We can still catch her.
Hopefully the game puts a memorandum on the monsters until we get to the hospital. I kind of don't want to deal with them right now, you know? The monsters, for lack of a better word, suck.
James, look.
Although right now our luck is that the monsters in this fucking place are the nurses. And the nurses in this game are annoying.
Is that a gun cabinet? In a hospital?
Yeah, but it's empty.
You never know.
Somehow that seems worse. Where did she go?
I don't know. Let's look around.
You have a map, which will now be my